What's up, guys? Bob Buskirk here again at ThinkComputers, and today we're taking a look at a brand new power supply from FSP. It's their Aurum Pro 850 watt power supply, and it is 80 plus gold certified and features a single 12 volt rail. So let's check it out. As we take a look at the box, there is not a ton of information on the front. It lets us know that it is 80 plus gold certified. It has a 5-year warranty, and it is NVIDIA SLI ready, as well as letting us know that it is high current and single rail, 850 watt, and superior performance cable management. Now on the back, there is quite a lot of information. So it's going to go over some of the main features, which is a true single rail, Aeroflow technology, low profile flat cabling system, and everything else, as well as letting you know all the cables that are included. We're going to go over all this stuff in the actual review for sure. Now let's take this out. So this kind of comes off like this, and we have another box right here. Open that up, you can see that everything is nicely packaged here, and I really like it. So you have your user's manual right here. And it's cool. So you have your accessories, and then you have your cables here. And what's cool about this is it lists all the cables that you're going to get, which I really like. It makes it look cool, especially if you're opening this for the first time. So we have all our cables in here, which we're going to go over in a second. We have the actual power supply unit right here. If I get it out. So we have the actual unit, which we'll take a look at in a second. And then we have all of our accessories. I thought the other ones were in this, but that was just the power cable, the main power cable. So we have our package of accessories, and open this up. And we have a huge power cable. This thing is super, super thick. I don't think I've ever seen anything this thick. I mean, just look at it. It is a very, very thick and big power cable. And now we have all of our cables, which there are a lot of. So you have quite a few cables, again, all of which we're going to go over in the actual review. And they do use a flat cabling system. I don't know if you can see here. It looks a lot like a SATA cable, but that is the cables that are going to connect to your actual power supply. They are very cool. I've never actually seen this. I've seen some flat cables, but they're not as heavy as this, and they're not full like this. So it's a little different to see. And we also have some cable ties, thumb screws, which is nice to see instead of normal screws. And you do have your small little FSP case sticker right there. So a full package. You do get a lot with this. The power supply itself is about your normal size power supply, not much bigger, looks a little bit bigger, but it just may be the way it looks to me. I'm not really sure. On the top here, you can see this nice little gold accent, I guess, for the 80 plus gold certification. FSP logo in the middle. And it has a 135 millimeter fan, which is kind of a weird size, where you usually see a 120 or a 140 on power supply. So 135 is kind of weird. We take a look. This is actually the back right here, and you can see these. Usually you see a honeycomb design. This design is a little bit different, but it looks really cool, and hopefully it works just as well as the honeycomb. You have your power switch right here, and of course your power connector. Now on the other side, you can kind of see this. Hopefully you can get it in the light there. You can see the little embossed FSP logo, and this entire casing has this really cool finish. It's not a finish that you would normally see on a power supply. I really like it. It's just something that is a lot different. Other side is the exact same way. You have the little FSP logo. On the actual top here, you have your output graph, and I'll let the camera stay there for a second so you can read it. And then we're going to go towards the front of the power supply, and you can see all of your connections, and I do like it that they are labeled. Most people know what they're doing, but say you don't, say this is your first build or something, it's going to tell you where to put all of your things, which is cool. And another cool thing about this power supply, it does have fan connectors. So if you want to connect your fans right up to the power supply, you can. And it's for, a lot of times, a lot of motherboards just don't have fan connectors, so it's nice to have them right on the power supply themselves. There is some more of those little cooling things right here. Like I said, there's a really weird design. They look like downward arrows, but hopefully they work well. And another thing that I do like to see is the cables going into the power supply. There is this little section right here, so you're not going to rip or pull your cables and mess them up. That's something that we've seen on a lot of power supplies lately. Companies that don't do it, I just don't like it. And of course, you do have a normal ATX power connector right there. And it looks like you have PCI Express and your CPU power on here as well. So it's not fully modular, but it is partly modular. So this is the FSP Aurum Pro 850 watt power supply. Check back very soon on ThinkComputers for the full review. And remember, if you like our videos, why don't you subscribe? Catch you guys later.